Hello students and Namaste everyone. I am Dhaval sir and I welcome you all to the online session of Vidyadish Vidya Sankul School. Students, in our today's lecture, we are going to discuss about your literature part, chapter number 3, that is glimpses of the past. Okay. So before we start with the chapter, we need to understand the meaning of the term glimpses. Glimpses means partial view. Partial means incomplete or in parts. Okay. So we are going to study about our Indian history, the past of our Indian history in small parts. Okay. So basically the writer of this chapter is S.D. Sawant. Okay. And this chapter, that is the glimpses of the past, okay, is a short and a precise description of events that took place between the year 1757 and 1857. Okay, so that was a very important period of time, and this period includes widespread revolt, which was known as the First War of Independence. Okay, then it also gives us the glimpse of how the Britishers or the British East India Company they took control over India, how they looted the farmers and the landlords, how they exploited these people, and also how they performed massacre. Massacre means how they killed Indians in a huge number. Massacre means to kill deliberately a huge number of people together. Right. So all those events and incidents, okay, that is from how the Britishers they arrived to India, how they took control over the Indians, how they ruled over India, and all such events will be discussed in this chapter. Okay. So to understand the chapter in detail, let us begin with the explanation of this chapter. Okay. So what is written in the first paragraph is, here are some pictorial glimpses. Pictorial means in the form of picture. Okay. Here you can see the picture. Okay. So here are some of the pictorial as I told, picture form, in the form of picture. Glimpses of the history of our country from 1757 to 1857, that is a period of 100 years. These pictures and speech bubbles. Now we need to understand what is the meaning of speech bubble, right? So speech bubbles are a rounded or irregular shaped, okay, outline. You can see this outline, okay. So it is in irregular shape, okay, and usually we can see such kind of bubbles in the cartoons or movies or even in the magazines or in the newspapers, okay, and these bubbles actually contain words, okay, that represent a character speech and often featuring a tale. So this is a tale. It is often featuring a tale, okay, that points towards the speaker, and these are also known as speech balloons. These are also known as speech balloons. So in the whole chapter you will find such different types of speech balloons in different shapes. Okay. So let us try to understand the first paragraph. Before that, we will just complete it. Will help clarify your understanding of the conditions that lead to the event known as the First War of Independence in 1857. Okay. So to understand that, let us begin with the first paragraph, that is the Martyrs. Okay. So first paragraph is about the Martyrs. So you need to see this picture first. Okay. You can see this lady over here and the bubble is pointing towards her. That means these are the wordings of this lady, what she spoke. She is none other than Lata Mangeshkar. Here you can see three different people sitting over here. So she is Indira Gandhi, then Jawaharlal Nehru is also there, and along with him there is Bahadur Shastri, okay, that is Lal Bahadur Shastri, okay, and here you can see the picture, okay, where the martyrs of India could be seen, right, the people who sacrificed their life for the sake of the country, to give our country freedom. This all people, they gave away their life, they sacrificed their life, so they are known as the martyrs. Okay, so in the picture we can see Lata Mangeshkar, she is singing a song, and the song is "ए मेरे वतन के लोगो." This is a very famous song. Okay, you all might have heard about it. Okay, so what she is writing, what she is saying, "Oh my countrymen, ए मेरे वतन के लोगो, let your eyes fill with tears." So that is actually a part of a song. जरा आँखों में भर लो पानी. Okay, as you recall the sacrifices of Indian martyrs. Okay, so what is that song? ए मेरे वतन के लोगो, जरा आँख में भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए थे उनकी जरा याद करो कुर्बानी. So this is what the song is. Okay, so she is trying to say us that try to remember the sacrifices what the people of India have given to get this precious independence or the freedom what we are enjoying. And when we try to remember our martyrs or the freedom fighters, our eyes becomes wet. Okay, that means the tears, they start rolling out from our eyes. So that is what is being described in this picture. Okay, moving to the next paragraph. So this is your second paragraph. What is written? The company's conquests. Okay, conquest means the act or process of conquering. Okay, to conquer means to attack or to capture or to take away. Okay, so again the company's conquests. Conquests again means the act or process of conquering, to capture. Okay, so company here means the British East India Company. The British East India Company was actually a company who used to report to the Queen of England. Okay, so it was just a company which came to India for the purpose of trading. Okay, and later on they established their control over India. We know the history, right? So let us try to find it out what is given over here. So in the first paragraph and in the first picture, okay, what do we see? With its superior weapons. That means when the British East India Company, they came to India, okay, they had just come for the purpose of trading, but in the beginning they had settled at the sea coast of India. They were not able to get more information and understanding about the country, but slowly and gradually they started expanding their power in India, right? Why? Because they had superior weapons. Superior means more or far better weapons than the Indians. And they also noticed one thing, that the Indian princes, okay, we know that the India was divided into princely states. There were small 562 states, and the kings of these states, they used to keep on fighting with each other continuously. So they tried to take the advantage of this gap or difference. They adopted the divide and rule policy, and slowly and gradually they started expanding their rule in India. So let us find out what is written over here. With its superior weapons, the British East India Company was extending its power in the 18th century India. So in the picture we can see, right, the yellow color is of Indian princes. That means it was the Indian territory under the control of Indians. And the pink color, okay, so that was the British territory. Okay, so that was just the beginning. Fine. Moving to the next picture. Indian princes were short-sighted. Short-sighted means lacking imagination or foresight. Short-sighted means lacking imagination. That means they did not think of the long term. Okay, they were very short-sighted. That means they saw the short-term benefit what they were getting. Okay, that upstart Raja Ba called the English merchants. They will help me to defeat him. That means what is actually being told over here? The people had no peace due to such constant fights. That means, as I told you, that there were 562 princely states, small princely states were there, who were constantly attacking each other, who were constantly fighting with each other. So what happened? These Britishers, they used their intellectual, they used their common sense, and they tried to make these people fight amongst each other. Okay, so what did they do? They went to one of the kings, okay, and told him that we are having superior weapons, we are having good army with us, we will try to help you out, okay, and you don't need to do anything, we are your friends, we need to support you, okay. And what did the Indian prince or the kings, they thought that nice, that is, they are having superior weapons and they are going to fight for us, so now we are at a safer zone, okay, we are safe now, and they accepted that thing, okay, and that is how they got trapped. Okay, so the Britishers they fought for the kings, okay, and ultimately they brought them under their own control only. Okay, so this is how many of the Indian kings accepted the Britishers' policy. Okay, and at the beginning they were very happy that they could now live peacefully. Okay, but slowly and gradually all of their powers was taken away by the British East India Company, and it was like a sweet poison, right? In the beginning they enjoyed the power of the Britishers, but later on they realized that this is a kind of a trap. So many rulers, they accepted the Britishers' policy, but one was among them whose name is Tipu Sultan, who fought till the end because he had actually realized that the policy of the Britishers is of dividing the Indians and slowly and gradually taking away control of the Indian territories. Okay, so what is written further? Let us try to find it out. Okay, the rivalries, that is the constant fight. Rivalries helped the East India Company and it could easily subdue Indian princes one by one. Okay, so rivalries means competition. As I told you, the kings or the princes of India, they kept on fighting with each other. Okay, then it is written, the rivalries helped the East India Company and it could easily subdue Indian princes. Subdue means to conquer and bring them under their control. So Britishers realized this thing, that in India, the Indians, they were not having unity with each other, and this is the best thing, and we can easily control all of them. So the meaning of subdue is to conquer and bring them under control. That means they understood this thing, and slowly and gradually they started bringing the kings under their own control. A far-seeing ruler like the brave Tipu Sultan of Mysore, he is Tipu Sultan, fought the British till he died fighting. So as I told you, that many Indians, they started accepting the policy of the Britishers. They were happy with the British policy at the beginning, but later on they realized that it is a kind of a trap. But Tipu Sultan, he was not short-sighted. Okay, he could easily understand the policy of the Britishers, and therefore he never accepted the Britishers' policy and kept on fighting till his last breath. Okay. Now what is written further? Let us find out. What is written over here? Thank God there is a peace in the country now. Country itself here means the state, because earlier it was not the United India. India was divided into small states, or the princely states. So those two states, they consider them as a country. Okay. So thank God there is a peace in the country now. No more wars and no looting by thugs. Thugs are the villains. Okay, so who usually rob or loot away the people or kill them. Okay. How did Indians react to this conquest? Okay, what is written? It is God who sent the British. So this is the beginning story when the Britishers, they offered to help. So at that time the Indians, they felt very peaceful, calm, they were relaxed. Okay, our destiny is linked with them. That means they thought that God might have sent these Britishers, and we are now very happy. They were experiencing peaceful atmosphere, okay, because all the responsibility was taken away by the Britishers. The white man has killed or dethroned our kings. Okay, some kings were not good, but after all they were of this land. That means the people who could visualize or who could sense that the Britishers are actually trying to rob them, the Britishers are actually trying to capture the Indian territories, they thought that this is a very dangerous situation, and they felt that at least the people, some of the kings who were not good enough, okay, who were fighting with the other kings, but they were at least the people of India. Okay, that is what they are discussing. Now we have become slaves of foreigners. So these people realize that as the Britishers, they have started capturing the kingdoms, the people of those kingdoms, they have become the slave, okay, of the Britishers. Right? Moving to the next page, to the third paragraph. What is written? British rule. Okay. So the first picture, what is written over here? Religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage. Now how it became more easier for the Britishers? That is, at that time when the Britishers they arrived to India, there were so many social evils practiced in the Indian society, and because of these social evils there was constant there was no unity among the people, okay, and they were constantly fighting with each other. They were not strong enough, right? So the religious leaders preached ideas like untouchability and child marriage, which are actually the social evils. Okay, preached means to deliver or spread message. That means they used to say that so and so person is belonging to a minority group and they are untouchable. That means they should not be allowed to live with the normal people, the people in the society or a high class society. Even they preached child marriage. That means they believed that the females are the burden for the society. Because of them, the people they have become poor, and they believed that they should get married as soon as possible. So at the very early age, when they were a child, the females they were married to the other people. Okay. Anyone who crosses the seas loses his religion. That means even the religious leader they preached this thing. That means they spread the message that if anyone of their religion crosses the sea, that means if they went to the other part of the country, okay, they moved out of India and they crossed the sea and went to the other country, that means they will be removed from the religion. They won't be accepted later on by the religious people. Okay. Further, the truth was that the Indians had lost self-respect. Okay. What is written? Let us see. So, as I told, first we have already discussed this thing. Then they said that all the misery in the world is due to the women. That means the status of women in the society was very less. Okay. And what the people of what these people believed, that all the problems in the society are just because of the women. Okay. Moving further. The truth was that the Indians had lost self-respect. The British scorned them. Okay. So British scorned them. That means they disrespected. That means the Britishers, they understood that these people are having such a backward or unorthodox thinking, and therefore they disrespected them. Okay. The natives are unworthy of trust, incapable of honesty. This is what the Britishers told about the Indians. What did the Britishers say? That the Indian people are unworthy of trust. That means they could not be trusted. Okay, they are not capable of being trusted. Incapable of honesty. True, your honor, but I am honest. Right, that means the Indians only, they told the Britishers the negative things about the Indians, and they tried to prove themselves more superior to the other Indians. Okay. But your men are but your men are taking all my crop. You are still in arrears. Okay. Before that, we need to understand this. Right. So these are parts given. Okay. The chapter is divided into small parts. So one picture carries a different story. Okay. So what did the Britishers do after they got the control of the Indian territories? Okay, they started looting the Indian peoples. Okay, they started looting the Indian people. What they used to do? They used to give away the money to the farmers, okay, for growing the crops, and if there was a crop failure, the farmers would not be able to pay the money to the Britishers, okay, and therefore these Britishers, they used to take away their land, okay, and whatever crops, because the Britishers, they did not do the farming themselves, so they would make the farmers as their slaves, and they would make them work in the fields, and they would take away the money, whatever is earned from the farming crops or the yield. So what is written over here? But your men are taking all my crops. You are still in arrears. Arrears means what? That is, if I have taken a loan and for 2 to 3 months I was unable to pay the money, then that amount of 2 to 3 months can be called as arrears, which I need to pay at a particular point of time altogether. Okay. So you are still in arrears. If you don't pay me next week, I will send you to jail. So this is how the Britishers used to torture the Indians. Okay. So they used to tell them, they used to frighten these Indians that if you will not pay me the money which is due to us, okay, due means you need to pay that money to us. If you don't pay us the money, we will send you to the jail. Okay. What is written further? Inevitably, famines followed. Famines means sukhapan. That means there was no rain. Because of no rain, the agricultural activity could not be carried out. And as agricultural activities cannot be taken out, the farmers won't get any kind of money. There will be a total crop failure. They will be in the debts. Debts means karja. Okay. They won't be able to earn any money, and in return they won't be able to pay the money to the Britishers. Okay. So inevitably famines followed between 1822 and 1836, and 15 lakh Indians died of starvation. That means because of the famine, the people, they could not get even food to eat. They had become so poor and they did not get any kind of food to eat, and because of that almost 15 lakh people, they had died because of starvation. Starvation means hunger. Okay. Moving further, still the British invented other methods which gave them more profit. So as we know that they started capturing the lands or the kingdoms, okay, even they started taking away the farmers' land, right? So what did they do? They invented other methods which gave them more profit. For example, they used to force the farmers to grow the cotton, okay, raw cotton. They used to take it away from India and export it to England, okay, and in England they will prepare finished goods, that is the cloth, okay. So clothes made up of cotton will be produced in England. They will bring that clothes to the India, but no import duty was levied on them. That means the clothes which were brought to India for selling, the Britishers were not forced, or they were not supposed to pay any money on that. Otherwise, usually when anything is brought from outside the country to our country, we need to pay import duty, okay, we need to pay tax on that. But these Britishers, they were not supposed to pay any kind of tax, okay. So they came to India and they sold their clothes, okay, at higher prices and earned a lot of profit. On the other side, the Indian cottage industries, okay, very heavy taxes were imposed on them, and due to that they could not withstand the competition or fight with this British clothes, and they had to close away their industries. So the cotton or the cottage industries closed down. They could not withstand the competition of the Britishers, okay. The goods manufactured in England should not have any import duty when brought into India. So what is the Britishers deciding? That it is a very good idea. The East India Company's laws began to cripple Indian industries, right? So cripple means paralyze, damage or injure. That means they prepared such a kind of laws, okay, rules and regulations, in which the ultimate benefit was to the Britishers and the ultimate loss was to the Indians. So because of which the Indian companies, they suffered a loss, and ultimately they had to close down, okay. The British policies ruined the expert artisans and their business. So the farmers, the laborers, the artisans, everyone became jobless or unemployed, and they could not have any kind of, they could not earn any kind of money, okay, and they were ruined, okay. Moving to the next para. This is the fourth paragraph. So fourth paragraph, there is a name given about a social reformer. What is the meaning of social reformer? Social means related to the society. Reformer means a person who tries to bring change in the society. Okay. Reformer means a person who tries to bring change in the society. So he was none other than Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Okay. So Ram Mohan Roy, the date is given, okay, from 1772 to 1833. Raja Ram Mohan Roy, a learned man, that means he was very knowledgeable, okay, from Bengal, understood what was wrong with the country. That means when he tried to understand the situation of the Indians, that why the situation has changed, why the Indians, they are not able to move ahead, why they are not able to control the Britishers. He understood the situation, what was wrong with our country. Okay. What is written further? Let us not despise ourselves. Okay. So despise means to dislike or disrespect. Despise means to dislike or disrespect. So what Raja Ram Mohan Roy is saying, let us not despise ourselves. Okay. Our ancient culture is great. What he is saying, that our ancient culture is great and we are capable of greater achievements. We must first reform our society. That means he is trying to say that our culture is so rich that again we can get back our position, again we can get back our own freedom. But there are some problems in our own society, in our own culture. Okay. So what he is saying, that is, superstitions have been ruining us. Superstition means Andhvishwas. Ruining us means they are trying to damage our society. We Indians are suffering just because there is blind faith, Andhvishwas, superstition in all the Indians, and that is the reason we are not able to move ahead in our life. Okay. So what is written? He is saying further that he was attracted by science and modern knowledge. Right. So Raja Ram Mohan Roy, he was a very open-minded person and he was attracted towards science and modern knowledge. Further, what it is written? Knowledge should be practical and scientific. Okay. So what he is saying, that knowledge, what kind of knowledge is important? Which is practical and scientific. Okay. No one should believe in anything with blindness. Okay. So that is Andhvishwas. We should not believe anything blindly. We should accept, or we should try to understand the things with the facts, and then only we should accept that thing. He started newspapers, but the suspicious British stopped them in 1823. Okay. So he tried to bring awareness among the people of India. For that he started newspapers, but the Britishers, they became suspicious. Suspicious means doubtful. Okay. So they were doubtful that this person is trying to make the people of India against us. Okay. So they stopped that newspaper. What is written further? Let us try to read out. He told his wife Uma, cows are of different colors, but the colors of their milk is the same. Different teachers have different opinions, but the essence of every religion is the same. That means he is trying to say that we are actually the people who have divided our own society. Whether a person belongs to any religion, any caste, he is the same. We all are Indians and we all are same. So we should not differentiate each other on the basis of caste, religion, culture or sex. Okay. So that is what Raja Ram Mohan Roy is trying to explain his wife. Further, what is given? He crossed the seas and went to England to see what made the British powerful. Okay. There he told them, we accept you as rulers and you must accept us as subjects. So this is the most important thing what Raja Ram Mohan Roy said. But you must remember the responsibility a ruler owes to his subject. So I will try to explain you this. So as he wanted to understand what is the problem going on in India, he crossed the sea, which was against the rule, which was preached by the priest and all. Okay. He went to the England to see what made British more powerful. There he told them. So once he visited England, when he understood the situation, he told the Britishers. What did he tell them? We accept you as rulers. That means, okay, we accept that you are our rulers. You are the king. You are the rulers. But on the other side, you may accept us as subjects. So subject means the people. Okay, the people of a state or a country. Okay, so usually what happens, if a kingdom is there, the king has all the responsibility of satisfying the needs and demands of the subject. So that is what Raja Ram Mohan Roy is trying to tell the English people, that we accept you as the rulers, that you are our king, but at least you should accept our responsibility as a subject. That means you should understand that we are your subjects and you should try to fulfill all our needs and demands. Okay, but you must remember the responsibility a ruler owes to his subject. The ruler owes to his subject. That means, as I explained you, that the people of the state, the responsibility of all the people in the state belongs to the ruler or the king. Okay, that means they don't have any kind of problem. So if they are having any kind of problem, they will go to the king to get the solution for that problem. Okay, but here nothing as such happened. The Britishers, they just took control over the Indians, and instead of treating the Indians as their subject, they started treating them as their slaves. Okay, so that is what is given till here. So that's it for today, everyone. I'll end my lecture over here. Okay, till your fourth paragraph, and the remaining part of the chapter, that is from paragraph 5 to paragraph 9, will study that those paragraphs in the next lecture. That will be your part 2 of this chapter. So till then, everyone, thank you everyone for listening to me. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care of yourself.